A very quick video on wind control in CLO and all of the settings. So mainly I made a video about cloth simulation in CLO some weeks ago, and this is a follow-up. So if you want to enhance the drape of your garment, getting a bit more drama into it, it's very helpful to use the wind controller. Studied again the CLO manual, and there's a full page dedicated for it, explaining all the settings. And if you don't want to read, just watch this video. I explain each of them very quick, very simple. If you like content like this about digital fashion, CLO, Unreal Engine, then hit the subscribe button and leave a comment. I appreciate your support a lot. And let's go into CLO.
I have CLO open and I'm working in version 2025.2. I've set here my scene with an avatar and dressed the avatar already. I've set a particle distance of a value of 8 and my add thickness collision is 2.5. These are good values for a nice simulation, having enough drape but also not like slowing down the PC too much. If I want to access now the wind controller, I go here on the left side to the toggle toolbar and have here the environment display and selecting show wind controller. And actually my wind controller is here, right behind. If the wind controller is selected, it also shows up here in the property editor, where first I need to activate it. If I'm switching it off, it would be turned off. But if I'm activating it and switching off like the show wind controller, it does not mean that the wind is switched off, so be aware of that. Now coming to the settings of the wind controller. The first one is the unlimited bound, and I keep this one selected. This setting means the range of the wind in the 3D environment. Means if I have unlimited unbound, my wind is actually going through the full scene. Does not matter where the wind controller is placed, it only needs to match the arrow for the direction. If I would deselect it, this would mean that it's just like limited to a certain area. So this probably would be my area where the wind is going. Then we have the type, and it's planar or spherical. And when I select spherical, that would mean that the wind is blowing like in all directions from the center of the wind controller. So it would go like everywhere from the center of the wind controller. So also this one I keep on planar. Then for strengthen, I think by default it's set to something like 1000. If I have a lower particle distance, also the strength can be less. And especially I'm using unlimited bound and planar. It means that the wind has the same strength wherever I'm placing my wind controller. So it's always on the same level. So I have a lower value here, but you need to test it in your scene. And then I have the decay, which is also set by default to a value of 100 or something. And the decay mainly means like the fall off of the wind. So if I have a value of 0, it just like goes through the complete scene. And as lower I set this value, the earlier the wind stops and gets like less strength. Coming to the frequency, and this is set in seconds. And it means that the wind is blowing stronger and weaker in an interval of seconds. Means it goes like, for example, 3 seconds very strong, then it goes like 3 seconds lower, and then it's like starting to get like stronger again. And la la la. And last are the turbulences, and this is the wind intensity, and the higher the value, more irregular the wind intensity is. So it's also going like from strong to less strong. A few adjustments I also like to do when I'm working with my wind simulation and garment simulation in general is, first I change here my simulation to animation stable. And then I also get the properties of my simulation here on the right side. And often I take the gravity and make it to a lower value. And because this is actually really a floating animation, I set this one even to -500, which is kind of like close to no gravity. And I also don't need my collision of the ground, so I select this off. And when I change some of the settings here, it also means that I have like this arrow switched back to blue, but all the other presets are kept. And for animation stable, there's also this simulation quality, which is set to 5. That means CLO is calculating 5 times your simulation and making an average which looks good out of it, which is really nice, and I'm always keeping this, even sometimes on a higher value. But if you fast want to test if your wind is working good on your animation or not, you can set this to a lower value of 1 and then keep your animation running, and it's then going quite fast, and you can just check if your wind simulation is working for your garment or if you need to like set it to different values. And then later on, when you do the final simulation, you switch this back to 5, that you have a more smooth animation running and not like these intersections with like parts of the avatar. So once I checked my perfect settings, and I did it up front already, I can just delete all the layers which are unnecessary to keep my file size small. And this is actually my final result. I have a nice blow of the wind. It's continuously, but it's also like from the strengthen. Sometimes stronger and sometimes less. So, and especially I position the avatar like this later in the scene. I have a bit of gravity left, but just that it's kind of like creating more drape here on the garment.
I hope you found this video helpful. Please leave a comment for any questions or kind of feedback. If not, please hit the subscribe button. It is a big support for my channel. And see you soon.
Bye.